Hi and welcome to another episode of Find Zen with VR, hosted by Virtuous Retail and Zen Finder. I am your host, Ranjit Babbar, co-founder of Zen Finder. And today we're talking about another reality that's come to light because of our current situation, anxiety, and how multiple people are dealing with anxiety while being in isolation. In today's conversation, we're talking about how it's taking a toll on some people's life and how it affects the quality of life and what you can do to deal with it. To help us with that, we're in conversation with a very interesting individual today, Manishs Journey, who is a yogi and a teacher and the co-founder of Total Yoga. So Manishs, welcome to the show. Let me begin by asking you a little bit about your personal journey and how yoga came into your life. Were there any specific situations that made you take up yoga, and how the practice has helped you deal with difficult situations and specifically anxiety?
Namaste. Hi, my name is Manishs Journey and I've been teaching yoga and meditation since 2003. In 2010, I founded with my partner Total Yoga. The question about why did I take to yoga? In 2003, I used to be an advertising copywriter and I wanted to improve my focus. We were an agency where there was a lot of work. My typical days would be very, very long. 12, 14-hour work days. And I found that the one bit of copy I had to write, I was not able to do. So I started to explore ways in which to improve focus, and that led me to yoga and meditation. I immediately realized that this is such a creative space and it would require lifelong study. Therefore, I had the opportunity to live with my teacher, my guru, and I went on to live with him for 7 years. That was a great introduction for me into the subject of yoga, and this kept me in good stead throughout my life. Through everything that I've gone through, from learning, from entrepreneurship, setting up Total Yoga, marriage, divorce, any and every experience of life has had the same amount of equanimity, simply because the bedrock of yoga and meditation has been consistent for me throughout my life.
Thank you, Manishs, for sharing your personal story with us. So my next question, Manishs, is really how anxiety is created. Our research has shown that people are dealing with multiple issues during this lockdown period, some of which are lack of sleep, lethargy, lack of motivation, just to name a few. All of which, as we know, are possibilities that create anxiety in people's life. So my question really is, what would you recommend they do at home to keep their mind fresh and active?
Like in times like this, which is unprecedented with the corona lockdown, people are beginning to feel a certain level of anxiety. Now, a lot of this is perhaps anxiety that was already there, and now with the fact that you cannot go out, you cannot distract yourself in the way that you were doing, this is becoming even more so. Unresolved questions about purpose in life, unresolved questions about choices that you're living, whether it's work, relationship, any and everything, which were not having to be answered because there's enough and more distractions when we went out. We made ourselves busy, not necessarily from a happy space. The coronavirus has ensured with the lockdown that you have nowhere to go but within. In many ways, this is an opportunity for us to retreat unto ourselves. If we were not doing it voluntarily, life has made this happen to us. Let's look at it positively, even if it causes pain and suffering in the short term. I'm not talking about the fact that so many people are dying as a very tragic case, but for us who are talking about this together, an opportunity to look at life. Socrates would say, an unexamined life is not worth living. Therefore, please take the time to examine your life. When you come out of this, there is an opportunity for you to drop all those choices in your life which now you know are not healthy for you. Let's use this time to do that. A few practices that you can do include Surya Namaskar, so that your energy is good through the day, Kapalbhati and Vastrika. Let's do this together while we talk. Just block the right nostril. nostril, exhale out 10 times with left. The other side. Bhastrika Pranayam. Active inhale, active exhale. If you have very high BP or hypertension, avoid this. Else, it is one of the best practices to energize yourself. Bhastrika is a very beautiful practice. Apart from that, simple yoga asanas. You can even do things where you're just standing on one leg and sort of looking at a point. Vrikshasana and these kind of postures.
Thanks, Manish, for sharing those practices with us. So my last question, Manish, is about the new normal. There's been a lot of discussion about this new normal once we emerge from this dark period. I want to know from you, and I'm guessing our viewers also want to know, what does this new normal look like to you?
Regarding the new normal, what happens when we come out of this? This moment in time has meant that we've had to make a radical shift to the online space. My own business, just divine timing that for me, from February 1st, I started to move and teach online. So when the lockdown hit, the hard work put in the preceding month ensured that we could make that transition. For a lot of traditional businesses, this is the time to transit. For a lot of us, we are asking ourselves questions regarding work. The idea of going to the factory to work and come back, or in modern context, going to the office and come back. Is it that needed? We work from home and we go in and meet colleagues once in a week. Do we need to be there in the setup like back in the day in the factory? Do we need to be there in the modern offices? Our ideas on work are getting challenged. Similarly, our ideas with what it means, what is really important for us in life, who are the people who we picked up the phone and spoken to in the last 2 weeks, as opposed to the multiple WhatsApp groups, Facebook pages that we are there on, but perhaps not being very communicative with people. The new normal would mean taking care of those relationships, those work commitments that actually mean something to us. I welcome and invite all of you to make this change. Without this change, we're not going to really enter a technological era where convenience of technology allows us to talk in spite of the lockdown, and at the same time, the power to shut off the world in your pocket should always be with you. Here's hoping that we all come out of this to a beautiful new normal. Namaste.
Wise words there from Manish. Thanks so much for joining us, Manish, in this insightful discussion. I'm sure our viewers found that very interesting. That's all the time that we have for in today's episode. If you want to reach out to Manish Pol, you can reach out through various social media channels as well as his website, which is mentioned along with the description of this video. And thank you again for joining us on today's episode. Do stay tuned for more.